Finally, we're gonna go into earnings because it is earnings season and we must talk about the earnings. And we start up with Amazon. Here's the boring news from Amazon's earnings report. The pandemic has been good to Amazon. Of course, they've been good to Amazon. You've been shopping on Amazon. I've been shopping on Amazon. We have all been shopping on Amazon. They recorded their first ever $100 billion quarter in a my bad. What am I saying? They recorded their first ever $100 billion in a quarter. $100 billion. And not just that, they made $125 billion in the fourth quarter. $125 billion. That is a lot of dollars. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. It seems like Black Friday deals and Prime Day paid major dividends. This was a growth of 38% when compared to the fourth quarter of 2019. Also, Amazon Web Services, the cloud platform for Amazon, recorded a growth of 28%. Bringing in about $12.7 billion. But still, $125 billion in a quarter. We were just celebrating Apple doing the same thing last week, and Amazon is like, hold my beer. I got you too. And one-upped Apple. I think Apple brought in 118, and Amazon out here with $125 billion. But that's not even the big deal. That's not even the big news that was dropped during the quarter, the earnings call. The big deal is that Jeff Bezos is stepping down as CEO of Amazon. Yeah, he decided, I'm going my own way. I'm building a new path. This Amazon thing is an old school thing, and I'm done running Amazon. I'm kidding. Of course, he's going to be the executive chairman of the Amazon board, and he is no longer going to be focused on the day-to-day of Amazon. Rather, he's going to focus on all his other endeavors, things like Blue Origin, his Earth Fund, the DayOne Fund, and in case you didn't know, Washington Post, because, he owns the Washington Post. And he's going to be replaced with somebody named Andy Jassy, who is the CEO of Amazon Web Services. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Amazon is going to continue on its meteoric rise, on its growth, kind of like how other companies have been able to continue growing, like Apple after Tim Cook took over, like Microsoft after Steve Ballmer took over, and now I always say his name, Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. I always say his name wrong, Satya Nadella. Are they going to be able to continue rising, or was Bezos the only reason that Amazon was able to be this big? I don't believe that to be the case at all. At this point, Amazon is such a operated machine that it's going to keep doing well. Plus, this guy was overseeing AWS, which was one of the major reasons Amazon was able to become the behemoth that it is today. It was able to use the profits from AWS to fund other things. So I think Amazon is in good hands. I know a lot of people love to worship at the hill of founder CEOs. Sometimes I like an operating CEO because sometimes you don't know them. They're not superstars. Not a lot of people know them. So I like those kind of CEOs. So that's just my thing though. My camera died. That's why I had to stop for a second. But anyway, the next earnings that we got to talk about is Alphabet, aka Google, made a boatload of money last quarter as well. You remember everybody was fearing that, oh my God, Google is failing. Google is failing. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Google is failing. Well, that appears not to be the case because Google brought in $56 billion in the fourth quarter, which was a growth of 23% when compared to the same quarter in 2019. When you think of Google, just think of ad dollars because that's the main way that they make money. And after a slight slowdown due to the pandemic in the second quarter of 2020, Google made a major comeback and ad revenue grew to $46 billion, which was up 22% in that quarter. YouTube ad revenue was one of their biggest areas to grow, and it grew to $6.89 billion, which was a growth of 46%. Now, for all my content creators out there, this is something key to notice. If Google's ad service is still growing, it means that there's money for you to make making creations on YouTube. So if you're a YouTube creator, go keep working on YouTube. Like, keep working on your creations, keep working on your craft, keep making videos, even though you may not be making any money off of it, but that pie is definitely growing. But anyway, Google brought in another $3.8 billion for their cloud businesses and actually lost $1.24 billion in the quarter. This shows that cloud is still just I'll say a researching thing for YouTube. As far as everything is concerned right now, they're still investing in cloud, especially when you compare it to like Azure and Amazon Web Services, which we just talked about. Amazon Web Services brought in $12 billion and Azure brought in, I think it was about $10 to $12 billion as well. So Google is still way behind as far as their cloud services, but they're slowly getting the ball rolling on that. They had a revenue growth in cloud of 47%. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of the Rambling Mind podcast. If you want more of the Rambling Mind podcast, or if you want to listen to the whole episode that you just heard, go check it out on any podcast listening platform, whether that be Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Stitcher. I could go on, but you guys already know which podcast you love to use to listen to. So go check it out. Link down in the description as well. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.